Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Game Philosophy. And today we have three games that Alexander the Great would have loved. So, for those of you asking, technically, yes, Alexander was a philosopher. Alexander actually lived a combination of two other types of philosophies, and that would be first, who was his teacher, Aristotle, who we have covered before. I will put a description in the link below, or link in description below, excuse me, whose student he was primarily by the ages of 13 to 16, and by proxy, he took many of the themes from this annotated copy of the Iliad, which was gifted to him by Aristotle. Alexander believed a huge combination of things from many different types of philosophies. He met a lot of different philosophers, one of which was he believed a lot in wisdom. He talks about it a lot, that how he didn't really want to rule with his iron fist, but he wanted his heart to guide him. He wanted his wisdom that he would gain to guide him. He once met Diogenes, who we have also covered before. I will also put that in the description below. And Alexander had actually stated that if he were not Alexander, that he would wish to be Diogenes. Um, He was incredibly driven. If you don't know, he was a Macedonian king after his father. And that is how he learned a lot of what drove him in life and met a lot of the philosophers he did meet, which are far too many to put in just this one slide. So, first up, we have Dishonored. A lot of people have been asking me which philosopher I think would like this game for a while, and it is definitely Alexander. And the reason I believe that is because Alexander, as previously stated, had claimed that he had wished to rule with wisdom and compassion. And even though he didn't really get to see that all the way through in his life, I would actually kind of tip up the nitrous scales on that a little bit. And I would want to see who Alexander would actually be with completely unchecked power. Um, and like his life, this is also a revenge tale. For those of you who don't know, he took revenge on the Persians for what they did to Greece. And in this game, Corvo takes revenge on a large group of people for what they had done to his lover Jessamine and his daughter Emily. If you enjoy what I do, please subscribe, and there's a Discord in the description below where you can meet more people like you and me. Thank you. Second up, we have the Telltale Walking Dead series. Now, Alexander, like I said, he was a conqueror and the king in his life, and he had to deal with some very terrifying people. So I would like to put him into a world where the decisions around people aren't always his biggest problem. Uh, for those of you who do not know, this starts out with Lee, a convicted felon, although we never really find out if that was true or not, to keep spoilers as low as I can, stumbles across a lone child in a treehouse, Clementine, and he has to protect this girl through this horrible, horrible world, which really needs no introduction at this point. If you don't know what The Walking Dead is, a quick Google search should suffice. And I would love to see how Alexander would actually have to deal with a child growing up around these dangerous environs, these dangerous groups of people that appear repeatedly throughout the story, and overall just really shape Telltale Walking Dead series to be what it ended up being in season 4. And finally, for a little bit of a fun pick, I picked Arma 3. Now, once again, he was a conqueror. He was not necessarily a warlord, but he was a conqueror. So I picked this solely off the fact that I would love to hear Alexander blasting off on that radio mid-game. I would love to hear him yelling that his reinforcements are too slow and that his supplies are always late. I would love for him to get in that helicopter and pull off all these big TikTok edits that we see. If you have TikTok, I know that my Instagram, just for relatability sake, we'll call it TikTok. Um, and anybody who has played Arma before knows that once this game gets going, it gets going. And there is really no stopping it once it gets to that point. You have on average at least 50 versus 50 people just hanging it out. Arma games can last literal days. I think Alexander would have loved Arma. And that is all for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. I am back on my usual schedule for right now. I will put the Discord and the videos I have mentioned previously in the description below. Love you all. Thank you for stopping by.